Okay, hello guys, it's Gaming God from mobacast.com with Shinsu and Triumph. We are going to do a triple cast today. It's going to be a game MyM versus Scythe. And okay, I'm Gaming God, here's the Triumph. Where's the Triumph? Triumph, sorry, my mic was silenced. We are live, we are live.
Oh, okay, we are live. Alright, sorry, couldn't hear you talking.
Yeah, my mic was silenced on Skype, so sorry guys. Yeah, so live.
Okay, so we have Major Makers versus Scythe. Now this is the first match in the winners bracket quarterfinal between these two teams. Anyway, so my name is Triumph Man. Joining me is Shinsu and GG, the Gaming God, and we will be doing a bit of a recap on the Dota 2 International. Of course, if you're like us, everybody is going through withdrawals, just waiting desperately for this beta to kick off so we can get stuck into some proper Dota 2. But for the moment, we're going through the matches, picking out the best ones, and this is one I didn't get to catch live. I don't know, Shinsu, G, did either of you guys catch this one live?
Nope, I was out of internet during the World International.
What about you, Shinsu? Did you catch this match live at all?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw this match. I can't remember the details because I watched a lot of the Dota 2 matches, but I know I've seen this match.
Alright, awesome. Well, hopefully this lives up to its reputation and does turn out to be a cracker of a match. But anyway, we've paused in 6 seconds, so let's unpause in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we have Meet Your Makers on the Radiant side versus Scythe on the Dire. Now, I am interested to see how this goes. I did hear something about a heavy push strat, so I'm interested to see who cracks that one out here. Of course, push strats are always fun because they generally guarantee a lot of action early on because one team is obviously forcing their agenda really early, just forcing lots of conflict. And obviously it doesn't leave a whole lot of time to farm because, although it does happen, we do see sometimes, a team crack out a farming metagame where they want to get a carry farmed up. So that generally leads to a very passive game. But of course, the pushing game is very interesting. It's hopefully what we're going to be seeing here. But the bans come out straight away. We have a Windrunner and Chen ban. So I'm going to throw over to G here. G, you got any thoughts on the Chen ban here?
Chen ban, I'm not surprised actually. I don't know. I think it was Malk. Malk was playing Chen. He's famous from his pushing action and also roaming with Chen, with Cintar, and I don't know, it was a Troll Warlord or something like that. And I'm not surprised Scythe, I think Scythe is aware of this Malk Chen. If it was Malk, I'm not really sure. But Pugna and Spectre and Windrunner, okay, some pretty standard bans, but Spectre is very often banned nowadays. It's a very powerful hero because of the ability to do some mess in team fights from ultimate, but also his third skill dispersion is sorry. Reducing the damage from incoming damage by I think it's to 20% or something like that, and that's very valuable for a carry. But okay, so Shinsu, first picks are going on. So what's the Shinsu now?
Well, you also I think I remember this game with a bit of pushing. But it's always interesting to see the picks and bans, push strat, because push strats are ultimately a gamble because either the team sees it early enough and they get some good AoE heroes to counter it, or they don't see it and they get completely obliterated by it. So I'm interested to see what side can do about. Well, they see the profit, so I guess they can guess already, to get some Earthshakers and stuff out there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
go on.
Alright, I'll go. Yep. I'm just looking at the Spectre, and of course she is a hard carry, but of course Spectre is one of those heroes that can farm, and then just, be on the other side of the map, and then if you do have a conflict, like if your team decides, okay, we do want to push tower, Spectre can just show up and go, hi, I am actually going to participate in this fight, even though I was farming on the other side of the map, which is a very useful ability to have, even though, she doesn't do that much damage. Of course, just being able to even be there and, soak up the experience is always useful. That Shadow Shaman, our next pick, the Rasta, obviously a great pusher with those wards, able to dominate a team fight. Also, really good at ganking. If you can get him stuck in there, he's got those 2 great disables, so definitely very dangerous. And of course, I'm not sure if it's MyM who's going to go for the push here, although actually it probably will be. I'm thinking it's going to be MyM because they do have Furion and the Rasta right there, G. So do you think that they're going to be the ones that go for the push with that lineup so far?
I would be not surprised by MYM when they would decide to do some push action, but this Prophet, I think, I'm pretty sure the Malk will be playing Nature Prophet, and I think they're going to pick up Ancient Apparition, maybe, because MYM is famous from their global strat, Prophet and Ancient Apparition, so I think maybe they're going to pick up this hero. And the Slaughter pick from MYM. Here's we saw this hero in a previous match that we were casting. It was OK Nivarna CN versus Mineski Infinity, and this hero is pretty viable. He fits in a lot of tactics, so I'm not surprised by this pick. And as Scythe, I'm not sure what strat Scythe is going to do in this match, but the first hero is I don't know.
That's Enchantress there on Scythe's team. So that looks like they'll be going for Enchantress, possibly to do a little bit of jungling, maybe just sort of try and roll into a carry roll. But yeah. Oh, it looks like we're being stream crashed by somebody.
Przestawiać kamerę, która obraz był przekazany.
Just wait for this to subside and then we'll pick up again. Anyway, so we have Tidehunter and Marana and Enchantress for Scythe so far. So I'm going to cross over to Shinsu here. How do you think they're going to roll with this? Because they're going to have to defend against this aggressive push strat that it looks like MyM are trying to roll out here.
Oh, I think Marana is definitely a great pick, especially against push teams, because her mobility always makes it easier to get to lanes and defend lanes better. And the staff will nuke and that semi-carry ability. The reason I want to stress on Marana so much is also certain heroes like that, when you can get an early farm, they affect the game because she's a semi-carry and her potential is more mid-game against early push strats where she can farm off the extra creeps and stuff. She can really kick in mid-game and really, because that's where push strats tend to get weaker, right there in the middle, and that's where her carry potential will skyrocket, especially when she farms off those creeps. So the other thing I want to mention was I love the slaughter pick. Now I love when I'm doing like push strats, because you do see the Prophet and you see the Rasta, you see the Shadow Shaman, and I like seeing Slaughter because Slaughter is that hero where you pick him because he's so strong and he can build out the chaos. So what ends up happening is that they go for early game, they go, oh my god, they're pushing, oh my god, there's so much creeps, there's so much wards, we have to defend tower, and they build items based around trying to defend that push, right? And that becomes a problem later because after a while they have to do with Slaughter, and Slaughter's like, I'm big, I'm fast, I'm tanky, I do a lot of damage. You don't have any items to deal with me because you spent all of the game defending against pushing and building items to defend against pushing. So I love this Slaughter pick, and I'm interested to see what else they pop out.
Well, we also have Puck, and I think that's Venomancer ban, although I am watching this on 480p, so it's a little bit difficult to tell who the third ban for Scythe is for me, but I'm fairly sure that's Venomancer being banned, because Venomancer, very dangerous, can do a few roles, can support, can do also very dangerous in a 1v1 situation, but Puck and Storm Spirit being banned. Now, Storm Spirit's one of those heroes who can really take control of the game quite quickly and can also roll, can sort of snowball into a very dangerous opponent late game, just being able to, his insane ability during team fights and also the amount of magic damage he can just unleash, continually burst out, is very, very painful. But I'm a little bit sad we won't see Puck, because Puck is one of those heroes who is very, very fun to watch if he's in the hands of a master, so I'm a little bit sad not to be seeing Puck. But I think you make a great point, Shinsu, that Sadar is going to be quite difficult to deal with if they do not build to deal with him. If they just go on the wrong way. But like you said, they're also, the mid game is where it's going to fall. Do you think, Sladar, if Sladar will be able, to carry it through if he just sort of, because, Sladar's not the hardest to carry, but he sort of can roll into that role if he does get fat enough. But do you think, if it goes to the late game, he's going to be able to handle Marana?
I definitely think so, because if you look at the opponent's team, right now the only hero that has a decent chance against Slaughter would be Enchantress, and that's just based on her untouchable ability, her passive that reduces attack speed. That's the only thing that barely cuts it. Even Mirana's ult completely countered by Slaughter instantly. Tidehunter not gonna really slow down a Slaughter. I mean, what's Gush gonna do against, what is a 30% slow gonna do against your 40% constant speed boost with what do you call it? Swim?
Sprint.
Sprint. Yeah. So against sprint, it's not gonna do much. So I hope Scythe can get better picks, because I mean I can't remember who won. I know I've seen this game. I can't remember who won, but I know Scythe needs to clean up their picks.
Well, there's Leshrek. Now, this is a pick I love to see. Of course, Leshrek, incredibly dangerous early on. It can do a lot of pushing. I'm going to throw over to G here, but do you think how do you think we're going to see these lanes roll out at the moment? Who do you think is going to go where for MyM?
For MyM, I think Propets is definitely going for jungle. But that's my opinion. Maybe not definitely, but I'd love to see Propet in jungle right now by Melk, and I think it's going to be maybe Soul Shadow Shaman for very fast 6th level, or Slardar with a support of the Shadow Shaman, solo Leshrac, and maybe one solo, maybe one more support or one solo hero. I don't really know. But on the Scythe side, we at this moment, Enchantress is of course going to jungle. Tidehunter will be, in my opinion, the best role for Tidehunter in early is roaming, because of his Goose. Goose. Skill, and Mirana is very viable on solo lane or triple lane, but Sand King, very good pick here, but by Sky, that's Sand King. So I'd love to see something like solo Sand King for fast 6th level, solo Mirana, Enchantress in jungle, roaming Tidehunter, and maybe one more support from Scythe, but I don't really know.
Well, I'm going to take Mikey, but I have a Han background, right? And when we see Sand King, or Magnus as he's known there, we see him almost exclusively as a roaming hero and a support hero. Whereas you say here that you think he might get go for the fast 6. But I'm going to throw to Shinsu here. How do you think they're going to run this Sand King? Do you think they'll run him as like a roamer?
Well, I think, I'm not sure, to be honest. Like, Sand King in Dota 2, the roam is a bit harder because the map seems to be a lot bigger. And given their picks so far, I don't think they can afford to run Sand King as a roamer, because they have Enchantress. Enchantress is going to need jungle, so that's immediately like unbalances the lane, so to speak, in terms of ganking. So it's going to be hard to do Sand King ganks, especially if he tries to gank lane with Potom. Potom has arrow, and arrow isn't a sure hit unless it's in like a direct straight line after the stun. So, and I see Darkseer coming out here for MyM, and I love that pick. Darkseer, Slaughter, beautiful combo. You get the Iron Shield, you get the Vacuum to pull them into the stun. You also get the haste, not like Slaughter needs the movement speed anyways, but you get the extra haste. So I really like these picks for MyM.
I have to agree. I love Darkseer, and in fact, both Darkseer and the Geomance, I mean the real Geomance, are the two heroes that I've cried myself to sleep over so many times about not being able to play them in Han. So I'm definitely looking forward to Darkseer and Slardar working here, because Slardar was the first hero that I ever learned to play way back many years ago. So I'm really looking forward to them rolling out together and doing a ton of damage. But now we're just waiting on Scythe's final 5th pick. I'm going to be interested to see what they pick up here. I'm just saying, looking at the bans, they've also banned Daz. I think that's Dazzle, so it's the last ban for Scythe. But they've also picked up Razor. Now, this is the first time I've seen Razor in action in the tournament. In fact, I didn't see him being used at all. Now, I remember after the 6.6 change, Razor suddenly made a resurgence in the Dota scene, but after that I haven't really seen a whole lot of him lately. But I'm going to throw over to G. Why do you think they've picked Razor for this match?
Razor is actually very powerful anti-carry hero because of his ability to just absorb the damage from enemy carry and add to its own. I'd love this pick actually. It's in my opinion, Razor is to comparing to the other heroes in Scythe, the synergy between those heroes will be very good. And let's just change the screen. Sorry, okay. And I think the AOE damage from the Scythe team is just ridiculous. For its AOE Tidehunter ulti and AOE Razor Plasma Field plus AOE skill or the Sand King ultimate, so priceless.
Well, it looks like we have a 5-man gank rolling out here from Scythe. Looks like they want to get aggressive straight away, which, ironic seeing is they're not the ones running the push strat. Technically, MyM should be the ones getting all up in everyone's grill right now. But it looks like it's going to be Purple, who I think is Sladar. I wish they had the colours up on the top, but I think it's Sladar. No, Purple is the third one along. So it's Leshrac and Sladar, I think, in the same lane together in the bottom lane. A ward goes down for Scythe. A very nice lane ward behind the tower. Of course, that is great for spotting incoming incoming enemy teleportation ganks, as well as also just allowing them to pick off a target. But it looks like they're not interested in doing that. Actually, it looks like they might possibly be just breaking off to go into the lanes. I think they're abandoning this 5-man gank, so they don't want to try and roll it. But it looks like we may be seeing Enchantress jungling the enemy jungle. I'm going to throw it to Shinsu here. Do you think that's where she's going to go?
Well, yeah, most likely that's where she's going to go. I think aggressive, like bot is going to be too strongly warded for her to do anything on Dongle. I think Dongle might actually be a mistake for her unless they're trying to give her farm. And the problem is, if you put Enchantress to jungle against Charlene, what happens many times is that they end up going to the jungle and gank Enchantress. So if she does in fact end up down there, I hope she does. But I like the way they, or like when you see 5-man ganks at the start, I have a name for it. It's called a lull train, because the way they walk is like choo choo. There's only one thing that can happen after that. It's like LOL we failed, or LOL we won. So we call it a lull train.
Fair enough. It looks like it's going to be Darkseer versus Sand King up in the top lane, solo versus solo. So it looks like G was right. They are going for the fast 6 on the Sand King, and also the fast Blink Dagger. Obviously, it's also awesome item. It really allows him to put his ultimate epicenter to full use. But I'm just waiting to say, I think there are two. I can see two dire heroes hanging around in the jungle at the moment. It's green and grey now. I think that's Tidehunter and Enchantress. I think Enchantress is jungling down there. Razor did pick up double damage at the start of the game. It looks like they're walking into blue at the moment. Furion maybe in a little bit of trouble. No, they're just... No, it looks like no, she's just going to Enchantress. He's just busy taking creep camps at the moment. But Tidehunter is still close by. They could come down and swarm all over Furion if he's not careful. So I'm just waiting for this Bob, the cameraman. Here we go. No, Bob is going to go and watch Razor instead, unfortunately. As we should mention that this is, again, being AI controlled, so we don't have... There we go. This is what we want to see. And it looks like Enchantress has dominated a Catman creep. Spray being used on Furion. Furion could be in a little bit of trouble. No, maybe not. The Catman not using his... Oh, no, it's a net. They've used a net on him, and it looks like he is in a bit of trouble. He's going to go down. Nice first blood there. Although Shadow Shaman managing to get that net on Enchantress. The tower doing a bit of damage and then finishing him off with a nice lightning jolt. But gee, that's hello! An arrow right to Arasta's face, and unfortunately, Bob decides he wants to watch the bottom lane Slithering Crush on this Razor. Razor now getting followed up with the Stalagmites, and it looks like he might be in a bit of trouble. Gets off that electric pulse, but what is he doing? No, he gets cleaned up. I believe that is the chaotic... I cannot remember the name of it. The chaotic burst. Oh, it's his third skill. Right? It's Lashrac's third skill. Can you remember the name there, G?
I think it's Edict.
Yeah, Diabolic Edict was.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And actually, we saw from first minute mark. Wait a minute. Okay. Something like 2 heroes in enemy jungle. It was Tidehunter with an Enchantress. It's a trend from the Chinese scene to put actually your jungle hero with a support in an enemy jungle. It's a very, very effective tactic. It disturbs the enemy jungler to pick up the creep kills in the forest, and also if you are lucky enough, you could just pick up a kill on an enemy jungler. So that I really love that tactic. And yeah, like I said before, there's solo Scythe on the top lane, and once he will pick up his 6th level, he could just go for a gank for roaming action. The damage from is, I don't know, it's epicenter. I think it's epicenter.
Yeah.
From epicenter ability in early game is just ridiculous. It's around 600 damage with a combo of barrel strike. It's around 800 out of damage. And so Leshwa killed the Razor with whoa! So many kills. Enchantress ganked Demon on the top lane, but I don't know if you saw this. The Sand King was trying to burrow strike the Darkseer, and Darkseer used Vacuum to move the Sand King in the other position, so he could. So the burrow strike failed. I don't know if you saw this, guys.
Yeah, I also noticed that Enchantress seems to have completely given up on the doing the enemy jungle. She's just decided she wants to farm away at her own one. Now, Burrow Strike there on Darkseer, and then immediately followed up by that Sandstorm, but of course Darkseer causing him continual damage, especially with that Iron Shield down there. And I can't remember, Shinsu, can you remember if they've changed the Iron Shield so it no longer stacks?
Yeah, it is. It does not. Yeah, but Shinsu, go on.
I'm not sure. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if it if they change it, then fine, because I haven't played Dota in a while. But I like I was saying, like the early gank was really good on mid for the Enchantress, even though they lost one of their heroes. But I was like, ultimately she's gonna have to go back, and so actually goes down a Tide Hunter, and he gets stunned. He's gonna go down one more hit. Razor's trying to get some DPS in there. They're not stopping it. They're gonna chase Razor. Here comes Prophet with the trees. They're chasing Razor all the way by the tower. Slaughter doesn't want to go in, takes a bit too much damage by Razor's lightning, and he's just gonna back off. So what I was gonna say is, ultimately Enchantress is gonna have to revert back to the jungle, because being down there really offensive. If MyM was smart, they would punish them for that. And here we see Misery goes dog. Oh my! He just went down to play nukes. He didn't. If I saw that right, he didn't even actually get an auto attack. It was just Gush and Starfall. And here comes the arrow. I think Mania sees it and dodges. Mania's trying to attack Razor by the tower with too much damage coming out, and they actually take up Slaughter at the back of that tower, which is pretty good. So, Fake, what do you think about the Hellborn team so far? Do you think it's gonna hold up for the rest of the game? Because they're getting out some successful ganks right now.
Actually, if you are talking about the Scythe, yeah, we could see Enchantress ganking the bottom lane like insane. Slaughter died, I don't know, one time or 2 times? One time now, and I think he died one time before. So Scythe is doing very good job ganking the bottom lane, but I know the answer for the question that for the Triumph question. The Eon Shield, I don't know the name exactly, but it does not stack from version 6.62 or so. In the 6.61 or I can't really remember, but it was this hero was pipe stomping, because on 7th level his shield was doing around 140 DPS because it was stacking, but Barrow Strike by Barrow Strike by but his bank gank and he's dead now. Very good hex there by Razor, so he could not use his Sandstorm, I think. It is the Sandstorm. I don't really remember the skill names, but okay, so Triumph, are you thinking that Scythe is going to play something like hard semi-carry Mirana like Mineski?
I'm thinking so. We haven't really seen Mirana. Oh, then again, we have seen Mirana do a little bit of ganking, but yeah, I think she probably will go for the semi-carry role, to be honest, although they do have Razor. But I am worried about the rate at which they are losing towers. I mean, she's going to be forced to get into action pretty soon, I think, because, Enchantress not that powerful early on, and I think Razor really needs to get his farm. So I think, it's going to be Mirana who's going to get caught in action, needs to get, stuck in pretty soon, because they've lost their first mid-tower, they've lost their first top tower. In fact, the only first-tier tower that they've got left is the bottom one right now, which is presenting some problems, I think. and losing a lot of map control is going to be quite difficult to farm top. Although one thing that does bother me about MyM's lineup is Leshrac being used as a support role. To be honest, I have always hated Leshrac / Torturous / whatever game you play as a support, because I find, he's one of those heroes that, if he wants to use Edict, if he wants to use his ult, he needs to be tanky, otherwise he gets drilled, like he will just get focused down really quickly, which I think is, a little bit of a problem. So they're maximising his early use, but if it transitions into later in the game, he is going to have a lot of trouble being effective, because he's going to be basically only 50% effective. He's not really going to be able to use Edict or his ult particularly well at all. But of course, they are going for a pushing lineup, so I suppose they're gambling, as Shinsu said, they are gambling on having this ult work out. But Shinsu, it looks like we've got a hasted Rasta down at the bottom lane.
And it is, see some action here, top. And high in a lot of trouble. Here comes Chewie with the Star 4 and an arrowhead to finish it off, and now they're chasing high up into the jungle there. High on complete Chew, beautiful. I remember this, and I'm like, I was face palming when I saw that. I'm like, oh my god, that has to be the best or worst Duke I've ever seen. I really can't believe he got away. Here you see Demon, he's just standing there. He's like, oh my god, I got away. I can't believe it. I'm going to try to sneak out right now. And I'm going to try to get away on Rana. It's like, okay, well, whatever, he's gone. So, that was really good. And what I want to say before is that I like, Ice play style. And whenever I see Enchantress hopping around like this, I just get like really Looney Toony Disney. Dun, 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 dun. And then as soon as it gets into action, like the ominous tone changes like a cartoon. So I like her model in Dota 2 for this. It's really reminiscent of all Forest Bambi like.
Yeah. And speaking of Leshrac, we saw him just drop up in the top lane. Like, he's really, he has a massive glass jaw. He hits hard, but you tap him in return and he will shatter. So we saw him just get absolutely destroyed by a couple of nukes. But Shadow Shaman has just bottled a double damage ring. He's also gone for the arcane boots. I'm just hoping we might be able to blink around through a few other heroes so I can check what items they have. It looks like, I think it's Sand King somewhere in the middle. No, he's decided to back off. Sand King has also picked up his bottle. I think he also has a ring of Basilius. I think that's what that item is. I'm fairly sure that blue ring with the pink studs is the ring of Basilius. But I would like to see what his GPM is, to be honest, to see if he's on track for a Blink Dagger. He's only got 500 gold saved up right now. So just watching the minimap a little bit more. It looks like grey. No, it's got brown backing him up. There's also purple down there. So it looks like they're not any particular trouble. Though Enchantress has two heroes, or was that one? There is an enemy getting close to her regardless, but at the moment, Bob has decided we're going to watch the bottom lane again. So here we go, another electric type from Razor, doing a lot of damage to Leshrac. He really can't take a hit at this point in time, really wants to just bulk up even a little bit. But in the meantime, looks like Furion and Rasta are possibly going to take the opportunity to push this mid lane. Rasta does have his wards up, and if he drops the wards, there's not a whole lot that Sand King can do about them besides take a ton of damage from them, because obviously he can't try and nuke them then or anything. And look at this Leshrac. There's nothing he can do at the moment. He's got 400. It looks like Tino's going to go from... He's got the electric Tino again, and there goes the spray and an easy cleanup. There is nothing this Leshrac can do. This really, honestly, this bothers me a lot that Leshrac is just made of such glass like this.
Yeah, actually, sorry Triumph, I need to figure out what's lagging our stream, so if you could just keep talking and I'll...
Okay. No
problem.
problem.
I have something to say, actually.
Go for it.
What I was going to say is that I really like the Razor pick for certain gangs, and Demon is trying to history right now. He might get away. He's collecting some auto attacks, but he gets away. I was going to say, I like Razor for... I really like Razor in competitive matches because his nuke, that lightning nuke, it gives so much vision. And at this high level, the only thing... You're not hiding from really stuns or... slows or even damage. At a high level, the only thing that you have to help you most of the time, since everybody is basically knows all your tricks, is the vision. And when Razor does the lightning, it completely eliminates that vision and makes it super easy for the team fight to get one-sided. So I love the Razor pick, and I was gonna say also, I don't understand why they picked Sand King, because I was looking at this earlier and I realized they picked Sand King after they saw Slaughter. And Slaughter is also a big Sand King counter. So I'm not sure, given... Because right now, Slaughter he counters so much heroes in the other team. I mean, he counters the Bottom, he counters the Sand King, And, well, Starter just rapes everything generally, either way, but I don't get why they picked up another Invis hero. Well, semi-Invis hero anyways.
Well, I don't think they're really picking Sand King for the whole invis. I mean, it's a nice little trick, but his main deal is, initiating with the massive epicenter. So I think they probably decided they wanted him more for the nuke value and the damage value that he can initiate with, as well as, he's got a really, really good stun. So I think that's probably more why they picked him. As obviously, we've got to remember that there is a very limited hero pool compared to classic Dota. So obviously, there are... they've got to make do with some other heroes that maybe they wanted something else if they were playing Dota instead. But at the moment, it looks like might have a bit of action. Impedus being used repeatedly on this Shadow Shaman, although it looks like he just hexed Enchantress in return, forcing her to back off. Iron Shell is on Demon, playing the Void Seer at the moment, although it looks like the tower's gone down, and really Scythe have just decided they just wanted the tower and they're going to back off and not really worry about it too much. But looks like, look here, we've got the... No, Bob has decided we want to follow Shadow Shaman, which is fair enough. He bottles a haster and then uses it straight away, so it looks like he's got something in mind. As Bob has decided, no, we're not going to watch him any longer. We're going to watch Razor just farm a little bit and get zapped by lightning in return from Shadow Shaman. Right now, I'm waiting for a huge Ravage, to be honest. I'm just waiting for Tidehunter to do some massive damage, Shinsu.
Yeah, I was hoping to see Playmate do something really cool with that Haze Traps, to maybe Hex or Trap one and Net one, and then his entire team comes in, because I'm a huge Playmate fan. I'm a huge MyM fan actually for several years, and I was wishing, I was hoping before this tournament that they would get a couple of the old members back, maybe get Slasher back in there, because I was watching when I used to watch MyM and watched on all the international tournaments that. At this level, they usually had Slash with them, and that's a long time ago. And that's the kind of play I watched and really got into competitive play. But Milk has also been around. Milk is he's definitely been the leader for a while, and I also like watching Milk play. He's very viable, isn't the word I'm looking for. He usually does well. He never really does bad. He doesn't do spectacular or bad. He's just always decent. Just decent enough on the competitive level to hold his team together and do what needs to be done.
Consistency. Actually, speaking of internet drama, did they not? I'm pretty sure MyM sort of rather slightly sort of disband after the international tournament.
I believe I saw the post on Ghost Gamers, and they said they may come back together for Dota 2, and I think MyM has disbanded a couple times in the past, and they did end up coming back together. So I'm not too worried about it, but other than Playmate, and honestly, in terms of fun to watch, I hope at least Playmate and Mania stays together, because I respect Misery and Demon and stuff, but those aren't the guys I really grew up watching. Who I grew up watching was more or less Mania, and Milk, and Playmate is definitely a new favorite. He's another favorite of mine, so I hope at least they can maintain those the similar construct of those guys together. Oh, and shout out to Pusher Street as well. I noticed he's not in this tournament. That's pretty sad.
Yes, well, to go back to items for a second, I did notice that Furion has picked up a Midas, so it looks like I don't know if they've decided to abandon the pushing a little bit and opt to favour of just trying to get Furion farmed up a little bit. Of course, Furion is one of those heroes. If you leave him alone in the jungle for a while, he can snowball an insane amount of farm as well, of course, being able to teleport all around the map. It's not that he farms particularly fast, it's the fact that he can maximise his farm, which is what makes him dangerous as a snowballing hero at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Well, I was going to say, Furion is a very well-made hero. He's just the plain fact that all his abilities, he's one of the few years that all his abilities work very closely together and work really well. Just in terms of the trees and the spawning units, the instant push, everything, and then the farm. Other than he's a great early game hero and early game pusher / ganker, he's also one of the better carries in the game, because not based on his playing abilities, but just based on the fact that he can get farm and then he can use his mobility with that farm. So that makes him a really strong hero, especially in Dota 2 where the pool is limited, like you said.
Well, at the moment, it looks like Darkseer in a bit of trouble, gets leapt on top of it, as well as getting stunned. Although he's using up that speed, it's not going to be enough, though he does go down. So it looks like they're going to be free to push that top down. Marana and Enchantress up there. And I'm just looking at the items. The ults at the moment. Tidehunter still has... I haven't seen a Ravage yet from Tidehunter. A little bit disappointing. I was hoping he'd just go and smash somebody with it, but apparently we have to wait a little while. At the moment, though, Razor dueling away with Sladar, just getting cursed there by his ultimate. Of course, the Black Stormcloud, if you see that, that is in fact not part of Razor's lightning thing. That is Sladar cursing him with his... I think they've probably renamed it. Looks like it turns the target into like water or something, as well as turns it like sort of that stormy cloud at the top. But Razor's zapping away here, although the Shrek is hiding in those trees, but he has got support. Razor has support there. Tidehunter is close behind, as I think Shadow Sharp, no, he just activated his double damage bottle. I think he possibly just ran out of time in there. But yeah, Shinsu, I think you want to say something there.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the changes because Amplify is really more of a Warcraft 3 spell, because ultimately, going back to like the RTS, in terms of like Night Owls and like also the Amplify effect, I believe it comes off on neutral creeps and you amplify it and you lose all the armor. And the whole way it works, etc., it's very Warcraft 3 like, and I like how the tools try to walk away from that, and they brought their own stuff in. Now, I mean, if you played, especially if you played Han or whatever, that cloud looks like Razor's Out, because if you play like Dota, it looks like Razor's Out, because yeah, so it's kind of confusing in terms of Razor, but I mean, I like that it changed it. It's definitely it makes sense. It makes more sense because Amplify was like a kind of fire effect, and this one is like water, reading cloud, and Slaughter is a fish, so it makes more sense like this.
Well, speaking of items, once again, it looks like Mirana has picked up a Yasha. She also has an Ultimate Orb, so it looks like she is going, not for the rather newbie Sange Nyasa, but she is going for a Manta style, which is, of course, a great item on Mirana.
You see the PK on Sand King?
I did not just catch that, but if he does have that PK, that opens up so many opportunities for him to gank with. But it looks like Razor has got treads. He's also gone for that tanky Chinese Dota style build. He's gone for the Vanguards as well as PK. But it looks like we've got a bit of action. If you're in a bit of trouble, tries to shield himself in this tree. Not going to be enough, though, as the trees disappear. And that massive Ravage also messed him up quite badly. As it looks like Demon's on the run. Demon's got to go quick, as it looks like a Shrek has already bazzed out of there, as he's just hitting up a teleportation. Now, will there be a stunner? No, he gets out just in time. Very fortunate, they were all over him in just a second. Had he been any slower there, he would have been in a lot of trouble, as that is Razor. Whoa, look at that Stormcloud. Okay, so that's what Razor's ult looks like in Dota 2. But I think Fake has, G has returned. So G, you got anything you want to add here?
Actually, I saw Razor was going a little bit tanky now. He picked up a Vanguard, he picked up, it was, I think, that's the Planeswalker Clog or something like that. And
yes.
Yeah, he's going for tanky items. Yeah, like you said, Triumph, it's a tanky Chinese style, so I'm not surprised about this item choice. And yeah, I really like this because the really in early game and early mid game, the one thing that Razor needs is survivability. Then he needs something like increased attack speed. At least he needs a little bit of damage, but the ability to just suck the damage from enemy carry is ridiculous, and that's his main damage source. So yeah, and the Sand King picked up a Blink Dagger, so the ability to position now himself in team fights and to initiate is very, very good on this hero. So I think MyM is in hard position now, it's in not good position now because of the second, but there's action on the bottom lane. Sand King goes on. There's Mirana teleporting, misses Ara, but I think it's going to be dead Leshrac now, yeah, and they're going further. They're trying to catch Playmate. Very good Blink, the Blink Burrow Strike combo by Choey here, and Demon is returning, he's teleporting out, so a very good play by Scythe.SG now, and yeah, so I'm talking, and yeah, voice to Shinsu.
Oh, I was gonna say I like the start of that fight where Playmate says, "Oh no, this is gonna go badly," and he pops Shrunken, and it goes badly anyways, and he runs. It looked like he tried to hang around to help his teammates, but instead Sand King just picked him up and they finished him off, and then Demon with the quick TP away. But that's pretty interesting, and there's a fight. I think we should start getting a recap cam, because Dota 2 tends to it tends to have a lot of intervals in between where they have a lot of farming and regrouping. So we should get like a recap cam because I want to talk about like the very last fight right before that one where Milk was like top, and I see him TPing right now. What he did is they came out the smoke gank and like 4 or 3 of them were like, oh look, it's Milk, let's reap him really fast. And he popped the he didn't hesitate, he didn't treat them, he didn't try to walk away. He did the very best move he could possibly do fast at the fastest level. It just wasn't fast enough. He put the trees around him. He tried to teleport away. It just wasn't fast enough. He ended up dying. But it's a pretty good play, and I still want to commend him for the know-how and the experience to do it that quickly. It's just sad that he couldn't get away.
Well, I mean, it was a nice try, but I mean, when you've got Ravage on the other team, there was no way in hell he was teleporting out of there with that amount of stun that was ready just to smash him. So I think you were a nice try, but with Sand King and Tide Hunter, probably wasn't going to work. But I am starting to worry because, like we said, we saw Leshrac just get smashed at last fight. Really at this point, Leshrac is dying when anybody looks at him even slightly funny, which is really limiting his effectiveness. But I'm just looking at Sand King. Sand King has never mind. We're not going to look at Sand King because Bob has decided we are going to look at the Shadow Shaman. And he does have that BKB. He's got an invisibility rune bottled up. Now, he's had that BKB for the last fight, like we said. And, hello. We're looking at Malk now. Now, Malk has a blue stuff. I'm not sure if that's a Staff of the Master or an Oblivion Staff. I'm not dead sure, to be honest, but we've got the invisibility rune being popped right now. Looks like we might be seeing a gank. Nope, Bob has decided we are going to watch Mirana now. She has picked up a Manta Style, so of course she's finished that Manta Style we were talking about earlier. Is very, very powerful on her. Will we see a gank now? I really would like to see a gank be cracked out by somebody right about now. Nope, we're going to watch Enchantress now. Enchantress has gone for Arcane Boots as well as Miasm, so it looks like she's going for sort of the support utility sort of semi-carry. Like, of course, Enchantress can hit pretty damn hard if you give her enough farm. Of course, Impetus does a lot of damage. You need to watch out for that search, as well as the fact that she does also mess over an enemy sort of semi-carry, any melee-based hero, especially like Sadar. Very, very difficult for him to try and chase down and pin down Enchantress. But I don't know. It looks like. Oh wait, here we go. Here comes that gank. Malk's in a bit of trouble. Demon's in a bit of trouble. Looks like Shadow. It looks like Voice gets taken out, and now they've got to run for their life. Look at this. Rouster just making a baz for it. He is trying to get the hell out of it. Nope, it's not going to happen. I saw an arrow flight. I don't think he connected though. But that's Leshrac. No chance, Leshrac. Everybody's still there. There is no way he was going home safe like that. But Enchantress picking up a double kill, that was pretty damn easy for them. It looks like MyM are in a lot of trouble, so they haven't really capitalized on that early game advantage they needed to create.
Yeah, I was looking at, I did say it was a gamble. Like, a push strat is a gamble. It's basically a 50-50 chance of either they see it or not. Well, any game is a gamble. This is worse because they clearly had the early pushing heroes, and I didn't see a lot of early pushes from MyM. I mean, I didn't see. I think the only place I really saw the early push was mid, where Rasta dropped his wards. But Prophet has been farming a lot more than when he should have. Like, half that time should have been spent pushing, and the other heroes like Playmate has been roaming a lot, but not actually getting any kills. So they need to clean it up. They're trying to wait it out, and this isn't the time to wait it out. Like, given the other team's heroes, you shouldn't wait it out. You should make some moves, get some ganks going, set up some pushes, get some offensive wards going or something. This isn't going really well for MyM at all. I'm kind of disappointed.
Well, that said, though, I've got to hand it to Scythe. They have been defending quite nicely, although, like you said, Furion could have been pushing a bit harder. Of course, he decided to go for a very farm-oriented route, picking up that Hand of Midas very early on. As I'm just looking, that is blue there. That's Furion just using the enemy jungle, not actually pushing at the moment, although there are 2 enemy heroes sitting on that town. Tide, Hunter, and Moranis obviously wouldn't really be able to push all by himself, probably. At the moment, he is still just doing a bit more farming, in fact, spamming his ult around just a bit more. Now looking in the mid lane, looks like Leshrac is hanging around there looking for someone to gank with. No, I'm not sure what he's up to right now. It looks like, is that Orange backing him up there? It looks like possibly is. And Sand King just doing a bit more farming. Sand King is sitting on 2,000 gold at the moment. I wonder what he's going to go for. But I'm going to throw over to G here. What do you think Sand King might possibly be trying to buy at this point, seeing as he's already got his blink?
Once he got his blink, I think he could go for maybe Shivas. Shivas is a very good item to counter the carries like here Slagger. Slagger is a hard carry for MyM team here, and I think that lowering their attack speed is a very good choice, but of course he could go for some tanky items like a Herald of Tarasco or Vanguard. I don't really know, but there are so many options. Really, also he could just pick up some BKB, but I don't think it's BKB is required. Once he has his blink dagger, he could just blink from very far away. And there's of course, he could just cast the combo before the blinking, so there's no need to have a BKB. But I don't know. It's Dota. It's Dota. In Dota games, everything could happen. So I don't really know what will be next item by Sand King, but there's action on the bottom lane. Merc was trying to teleport, but a 3-man gank on Merc and he's dead now. Very good play by Sand King here with Razor and Mirana. Yeah, as you said, there's no possibility for Merc to blink when there's a Sand King. Sorry for to teleport when there's a Sand King or a Tide Counter, even Mirana in his neighborhood, because of the ability of something to stun him, and it keeps breaking the channeling. So Malk is very poor Malk in this game.
Well, speaking of pushing, oh wait, no, okay, Shitsu, go for it.
Oh yeah, well, I was gonna say, I already thought especially just now. I don't know if you guys know this, but Malk actually picked up Necronomicon scrolls. Like at least 2 of them, so I think he either finished it or it's on level 2 now. And I thought, given the fact you get a decent pickup like that, I mean it's only like 30 minutes, and like a full Necronomicons would be really strong. I'm surprised they didn't organize a push instead of Mel going off farm again and getting caught. I'm not sure what MyM's end game plan is here, but they're gonna have to pick it up because Strata is a decent hero, so is Prophet, but you're just not. I don't think they're gonna out carry 2 agile carries because the other team, they have Razor and they have Mirana to agile carry for them. So I don't think MyM is playing it smart by putting up a strength carry and a intel carry versus the agiles.
Well, we should also mention that that money that Sand King was camping on, he spent it on a post-haste. On a boots of travel, so it looks like he is planning to get rather mobile around the map. He's also got a Smoke of Deceit on him, 1 charge left in the Smoke of Deceit, so it looks like he's getting ready to set up some ganks. But at the moment, there is a counter-offensive from Scythe. They are busy pushing this top lane, trying to take this tower, as it looks like Razor just doing a bit of scouting. No, it looks like we're going to see Sand King teleport back to the mid tower to do a bit of solo defense. I don't know if he's going to be able to defend that though, because there are oh wait, no, it looks like the Radiant team are defending back, teleporting back as well, just to do a bit of defending. Not in time though, nowhere near in time. That tower went down rather quickly. In fact, I don't think they really managed to do anything, but I'm just looking at it's Sadar. He has picked up a Vanguard, and I think that was a Warhammer. Did you catch that there, G?
Actually, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, so
never.
No, keep going.
Well, assuming it's a Warhammer, I'm thinking he's going for a BKB. That would be my assumption. I guess they decided they don't really need the initiation. I guess they're hoping that Darkseer can possibly help him get into position quickly with those energy boosts. I can't remember. Was it Energy Overload? What was the name of that spell? Never mind. Darkseer, though, has picked up a Khadgar's Pipe of Insight, so of course, great supporting item. Really does help cut down there, and really will help remove the danger that Sand King and his Epicenters pose. Although I haven't really seen Sand King really land like a massive Epicenter. Hopefully, we'll see one of those before the end of the game. But of course, Sand King's stun alone, the mobility that a Blink Dagger gives him with his stun, allows him to set up some great stuns, get the proper lines that he wants to really land the most effective stun that he possibly can. Of course, the Blink Dagger is still 90% effective at that, as well as providing those crushing epicenters if he does mention to line one up. But we haven't really seen him bother to use one as of yet, G.
Actually, you're totally right. And speaking about the Khadgar Pipe of Insight on Darkseer, like you mentioned before, it's a very good choice when you have some massive AoE enemy, massive AoE spells in the enemy team, like Epicenter. So it's going to be I think the barrier from Khadgar's Pipe is dispelling 400 damage. Actually, it's a 400 damage shield. When it's there's 400 damage block, then it's dispelled. So a very good. It's something like a 400 damage bonus HP pool. Yes, the damage is not it's dispelled. So very good choice by he's hereby. I don't know. It's Demon playing the Darkseer, I think, and okay. So yeah, I see. As far as I can see, it's a Boots of Travel on Sand King, so he's not going for Shivas, he's not going for any of items I mentioned before. He's going for some mobility, for some speed, but no, I was thinking it's a engage on the middle lane, but it's only a farm. I'm disappointed now. MyM is Scythe is putting a lot of pressure on MyM now, but MyM will be going for a gank. So Shinsu, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still like I'm waiting on the lull train. I see the smoke, and I see they're all grouping up, and I'm just waiting on the lull train for MyM to start, starting some beef and really getting back into this game. So I don't think I look at the minimap, it doesn't look like they're gonna get anything started. They got me all excited for no reason. But that tends to happen in competitive games. But what I was gonna say is well, what do you guys I should say Triumph? What do you think? Do you think that MIM can really come back from this?
I think they are in a terrible position right now because Mirana is getting very fat. I would like to see her GPM, but she has that mana style. She's also had an Eagle Horn for a little while, so she's getting very fat. And Furion is in no condition to try and out-carry, and I don't think Sladar is anywhere closer. I mean, he's got a Vanguard. Like, he's really only picked up some cheap items. He's got the Vanguards. He would look like he was building a BKB unless he was going for something like a Stygian, but I'm hearing a lot. No, that's not a conflict. That's just Razor making funny noises. Not dead sure what he was screaming about, but apparently it's just Razor making weird noises as he used Electric Tide. Sam at the moment just chilling here, not doing a whole lot, just making sure the creep aren't kicking the tower, I guess. Doing a bit of farming as well. Although it looks like Scythe have decided, they want to accelerate their late game advantage here. They don't want to push this yet. They don't want to accidentally mess up and let MyM back into the game. But I guess Furion is happy about that because he wants some more time to farm, try and get ahead. Although I don't really see it happening at this point because Mirana is huge, like huge ahead. Although it looks like a Hex on the side. They're in a little bit of trouble. And the follow-up stun on Razor as well, but it's not going to happen. As well as Darkseer throwing down its ult there. But unfortunately, was that an ult from Mirana? I think Mirana may have just ulted, possibly saving his life there into that, or was that a very well-timed illusion, invisibility rune?
That's weird because I'm surprised Starter didn't try to mark him. Like, regardless of if you could remember the Potem was in the game or not, you should still try to mark him. And here I see they going on Media. The Ravage comes out. Media's gonna go down. Razor picks up the kill, double kill. So that was a beautiful counter gank by Scythe right there. And what I was gonna say is I hope they go do Roshan soon because right before I was gonna say that I'm really surprised at the Roshan gameplay. I mean I know MIM is like turtling backwards and farming, and that should be even more of a reason that Scythe should ward up Roshan and try to get it from them, because in terms of a straight up team fight clash with Sand King and Tidehunter, they're going to win, so they can afford to take a chance and do Roshan early enough. So I think it's weird they haven't tried Roshan yet, and they're doing it right now. It is exactly the same. Perfect. They're doing Roshan right now. And Rasta is pushing top with wards, but they should be able to take Roshan and defend top fast enough, because I do see high up there, and high does have Sand King, and Sand King is pretty decent for counter pushing, given all of his all three of his main abilities are decent for farming creep waves.
That said, though, I don't think Sand King is leveling the Poison Touch. I did notice that he hadn't had any levels in it last time I checked him. I'm just looking at Demons items, nothing new. Although Mirana has got that Aegis, of course, that makes sense. And Mirana has finished a Butterfly. Oh my god. Gee, this looks like she is going to be out of control in the... Well, she probably is out of control right now, so I really don't see how they're going to counter her with the level of farm that they've got right now, G.
I think Mirana is just going to wipe that wall. MYM team, it's 18-6. The score is ridiculous, but I want to talk about Roshan. I'm surprised that MYM didn't manage to do a Roshan before the Scythe.SG. It's my opinion very bad move by MYM, because it will be hard now to kill two. I don't know who picked up Aegis, but it will be very hard to kill to have two Miranas or two Razors in one team fight, because of their ability to do a lot of damage, both Mirana and Razor. So MyM should, instead of pushing, instead of farming, pick up Roshan before the Scythe.SG. That's my opinion. Yeah. So speaking of Mirana, Mirana has a butterfly now. She will be doing a lot of damage, but as far as I can see, Enchantress has a scepter now, so she will be doing a lot of damage too. But okay, so there's a hex on. I think it's Sand King and as well as Shackle, and very good gank by.
If I may just if I may just interject right here, I love how that gang talked, because Sand King is like, I'm gonna impale some creeps and get some farm, and he's like, oh snap, they're coming, and he pops stand, and he's like, I'm safe now, and Milk pops the Necromicon, and they see him and he gets instant hexed and instant net, and he just dies. It was pretty funny the way it happened, in my opinion. He pretty much didn't expect him to have Necromicon. So what were you gonna say, Gaming God?
Yeah, indeed, you are right. Sand King was something like, while I Thunderstorm, you can see me, but Melk has Necronomicon now, so the ability to... Actually, I saw in recent games that players like to pick up a Necronomicon on support heroes instead of something like Gem or Dust. It's actually very good, because you could just save more money to pick up this Necronomicon, and there's of course an ability to have a True Sight instead of constant buying this True Sight Gem or so. It's
actually
yeah,
I don't know about that, because you know where that came from. You know where they buy Necromicon and support really came out strong. It actually came from basically Russians, the old Rush 3D, and which is basically like M5 now. I think maybe minus art style. I always get mixed up with art and art style, but that's where it came from. It came from the Russians, and it's definitely great, like you said, to count, because it's really good for counter warding. You can scout out, you can send them to burn a hero as a support. Once you have the money, that's a great item as a support to pick up for your team.
Indeed it is, and
of course,
yeah. Triumph, go on.
I was going to say, if you're a support, of course, if you're like a hardcore warding support, it is a fairly hefty investment to try and get. So obviously, you are going to need to buy some counter wards earlier on anyway. But at the moment, Darkseid throwing out his ult there, just trying to spot up the ramp just a little bit, making sure he keeps lining us up. It looks like they're not interested, G. It looks like they're going to back off here.
Actually, Scythe, I'm surprised that Scythe is not going to engage the team fight with MyM. They are more, in my opinion, they are stronger actually in team fights than MyM, but I don't know. But there's a Sprout on Enchantress, and the stun, actually the Slithering Crush by Slardar here. Of course, with that surging availability, it was Vacuum or so. And yeah, okay, there's that Enchantress.
Before Enchantress got gone. Oh, okay. My bad. But I was gonna say, before Enchantress got gone, that team fight, I'm not surprised it didn't happen, because right now, Scythe they have the kill lead, they have the farm advantage, they have the better late game heroes, they have everything. There's no need for them to rush into the base. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying that Enchantress should be hanging around and get ganked like that, but I'm just saying there's MyM needs to rush. I don't think Scythe needs to rush at all.
Well, that is a fair assumption, although I should mention that they were also, the other reason that they were putting out was because MyM was actually pushing the top lane. So obviously they decided they didn't want to do a base race, didn't want to risk it. Of course, base racing a little bit risky. Don't want to lose those Raxes at any cost, really. But I'm just looking at Razor's eyes. It looks like he might be going for a demonic, judging by the fact he's picked up plate mail. I don't think he'd go for Shivas. Sanking has also picked up, I believe, the Mighty Axe, the Ogre Axe, as well as Sladar also has a BKB now. So that's going to be very, very useful for him. Of course, BKB allowing him to ignore a lot of the magic damage and disable.
Yeah, actually,
I like
Go
ahead, Game.
Go, Shinsu, go.
Oh well, I was gonna say I always definitely like the Slaughter pick. While he's not agile, and I don't think he can match the DPS of the Dire team. I think I don't think I know Slaughter is a hero. His DPS is very decent throughout the whole game because of his not only because of his ult, but because he gets a lot of free damage on his bash. So I think Slaughter is a hero. You basically just need to tank up and give him some resist, and he does well in team fights regardless of his DPS items. He can carry regardless of most of his items anyways.
Fair enough. So I just noticed Sand King has a double damage rune activated. Just waiting to see what Razor's got. As they do smoke up though, getting ready for the mass ninja gank happening here. There's absolutely nobody in the jungle right now. They could be going up to Orange, who would be particularly gankable. In fact, that's Rasta, so they'd be very, very easy for them to kill. Though it looks like he's going straight back to those. Will they? It looks like they're going to intercept him in time. If they do dash out and play, looks like Pink, Sankey's going to either... Oh, Sankey's going to set this up. So there's a stun there, and there is nothing that Rasta can do. Just obliterated by all those heroes. And in fact, Murata managed to sneak the kill there, so it looks like Rasta's down for a good minute. Will they decide to push in this time span? No, it looks like... it looks like they're not bothering to push. In fact, they're allowing MyM to counter-push at the moment with Nature's Prophet getting stuck in on this tower.
Yeah, actually, Milk is going to push, like you said, the bottom tower, but there, as far as I can see, there's the teleport action from Scythe.SG, so Milk was not pushing so long. Yeah, what's Shinsu?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's what I was talking about, right? Did you see the 500 damage lance impetus from Enchantress? It was beautiful. It chunked Slaughter's HP down. I don't know if it's pure damage in Dota as well, but it does so much damage. It's like 3-shot Slaughter. Oh, it is great. It's just like 3-shot Slaughter. It was pretty nice to see Ice doing that kind of DPS with one of my favorite heroes.
Yeah, and okay. Speaking of, let's talk about new Dota 2 terrain. Actually, what do you think about those stairs? Oh, actually, there's a gag on the Playmate, but Playmate is going to be alright. Guys, what do you think about the stairs instead of ramps in Dota 2?
I don't mind them too much. I find the buildings a little bit bland. At the moment, it looks like we might be having a bit of action. I should mention that Epicenter is down for Sand King. He did use it earlier, just trying to gank up the top lane. But it looks like they're going to get a fairly easy Rax here. Maybe a stun going out from left track. Looks like Morano's being focused in pretty good. Sadar moving in. He's got the BKB active. It looks like he's peeled off and he is chasing after... Oh, unfortunately not managed to land his stun, and Morano's arrow Morano's arrow not managed to do anything either. So unfortunate for him. Looks like Enchantress has been cursed up and is heading back. It looks... I think that's a Argonum Scepter on it, maybe?
Yeah, it is.
I think so, but I like how big Slaughter got with the shrunk head. That's what I like about it too. When the heroes get big, they get big, and you actually see a decent difference in the previous hero model. And I'm just gonna go ahead and call Slaughter Free Willy because he looked like a big whale, and I wanted him to eat someone, but he didn't get to damage anyone.
To be honest, I miss the utterly manly Myrmidons for Dota. I really don't like the new artwork for the Sadar with the whole anglerfish little thing. Kind of a little bit disappointing, but anyway. Disregarding it, Sand King has picked up a Black King Barber. Go ahead, Shinsu.
Oh, I was gonna answer Fake's question from before because I kind of forgot. The thing with the ramps being steps instead of just a plain flat ramp, I like it and I hate it. Like, I like it in the fact that, okay, in Dota, there's different percentages you can miss from this depending on how high on the hill you are, right? From usual Dota. And I see Potter here goes on Prophet, but Mel just trees him, and beautiful arrow into darkness, and I don't know if he's going to have time to start the DPS, but nah, the stun is going, Milk is going to be able to TP away, but what I was going to say about your arms is that I like these steps in the fact that now you can count. You can say, okay, he's about 2 steps up, he's about 3 steps up. Maybe I should go after him. Maybe I'm gonna miss a lot. I like the fact, even though I think ramps are much smoother, I like the fact that you can basically count the steps and arrange your decision to chase or fight based on that.
It's fair enough. So it looks like Rasta is going to get smacked. No, he pops the BKB. That's No, that saved him really well. Also dropping those wards, although he's taking a lot of damage now. He's also getting chased down. That's a massive epicenter, though, from the Sand King, just drilling down his health. And looks like Shrek has been gangbanged in the corner. There is not a whole lot he can do. He's just going to get... Look at him, just pushing in the corner. It would be nice to say he could fought a good fight and managed to... They just left him alone, but no. They just chased him out and beat him up quite happily. And also Sladar hanging around way too long and getting sprayed down there by... Tidehunter, as it looks like, that's a puzzle box minion at the moment that was Iron Shelled up. I thought it was Darkseer still in there for some odd reason, but no, it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought it was Darkseer too, and I remember even the old Lotus. Oh my god!
Why did you do that? Oh, I think he accidentally splat, did the anchor smash on it.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. I was gonna say is before I passed on the fake, what I was gonna say is I remember the old one of the old funny strats on Darkseer is that when because we just got mixed up, we thought the illusion was really Darkseer just now. What you did is you popped the wall earlier, right? And you control yourself and you put the Iron Shield and the Surge on yourself and you send it into the fight and they're like, oh my god, look, Darkseer's coming, and they pop all their abilities on Darkseer and it turns out to be illusion. So I want to see some more of that in Dota 2. You know, because I think that's what he tried to do with putting the Iron Shell on his image.
Yeah, that probably... Actually, I think it might have been... Actually, I think it wasn't an image, but it was actually the Mauler, the puzzle box Mauler that was running around there. But I wish I'd seen this earlier for just the fail aspect. I would have gone in the fail compilation that I made earlier. Just tied under there, bashing away on the puzzle box wizard and then accidentally anchor smashing the Mauler to death and getting... the warrior to death and getting backlashed by it and just killed by the true damage of it. The 600 true damage, I think that's a level 3. I think that's a level 3 puzzle box. Or puzzle box? What? Necronomicon in this game it's called. My bad. But speaking of pushing, it looks like MyM are getting it back on the push train. Bureau has picked up a Hex, but it looks like it might possibly be a little bit late, but they are going to try and push this top lane, G.
Yeah, actually, there's a massive epicenter on this Rasta, but as far as I can see, there's I think it's the shield from Khadgar's pipe, but looking at the... Oh, okay, so Razor is now trapped. A very massive rabbit from Tidehunter here also. Rasta is almost dead. Yes, Rasta is dead now. Wicked sick on Razor, and I think they are going... No, MyM is just going to TP out. And yeah, as far as I can see on Razor, he has now Assault Kira, so... Woo! He's going to do a lot of damage now, but Tidehunter and... Sand Kings are trying to kill the Leshrac, very massive damage on Misery, and I think he's going down very soon. Or no, more jukes, they're chasing him around the tree, but yeah. Okay.
Sankey having none of that bollocks, but it looks like Chantress a little bit of trouble. Slithering Crush after a blink, very nice though. He's being slowed down, but it looks like nice trap there by the Sprout. But Chantress now healing up massively. She's got the Macasmal Dot's not going to beat up, is it? Oh no, she goes down. Gets cleaned up in the end by Nature's Prophet. Now another Sprout on Razor. Razor's ult is not hitting the right target. It's going after Creep right now, although it looks like Sladar wisely deciding he's out of mana and deciding it's not worth trying to stick around and just getting back. And it is indeed a level 3 Necronomicon, because that is the black book. Of course, it turns black when you get to level 3. And so Razor, that ultimate, if there is some artwork I don't like, I've got to say that ult is artwork I do like. That is a very, very sexy Lightning Storm. But Shinsu, I'm going to throw back over to you. It looks like MyM are putting up a bit of a fight now, but they are still fairly well, like a fair way behind, even though, you know...
Well, I was just thinking, right before you said, I was just thinking about that, and the thing is, just now, like a little while ago, it was about, I think 17, 18, Dire, and MyM had like 6 or 7 kills. So like, compared to that now, MyM is actually, slowly coming back, and this makes sense. It's like, when you have a decent thing like Scythe does, you don't, I mean, like I said, you can play it slow, like you can't play it slow, but this is going ridiculous now, because it's getting to the point where they're actually trading heroes, and when you trade heroes and basically Dire has much stronger heroes and you give much more XP and gold, it's much more harmful for you to trade heroes than it is for MyM to trade heroes, because they half their heroes right now are semi-useless. All of your heroes for Scythe are basically very important. So trading those heroes, I don't approve of it, and I think they should again, be more offensive. Right now, this is where they should be offensive and wrap up the game, because MyM's going to be in a prime spot to come back.
Well, speaking of useless heroes, I've just watched Sanking about 3 times in a row now use Epicenter on Rasta, who just immediately pops his BKB and laughs it off. Sanking, unable to do anything, of course. BKBs are a massive hard counter to Sanking. He absolutely hates them because they shut down his ability to absolutely do anything. It looks like Scythe decided they've had enough of this, and they're going to try and push down this mid tower. Sprites are being popped, and the wards are down, and it looks like a nice Sprout. And Enchantress, nothing she can do. And those wards very nicely taking the place of the tower. Now Razor getting stuck in, an arrow going in. No, doesn't connect with anything. Sanking stunning and leap from Miranda. She's also got a BKB. She is fat beyond belief. As it looks like Rasta's going to go down. Yes, he is going to get taken. A ravage from Titan. And Sladar is desperately trying to ward them off. The wards are also fighting away, but it looks like Miranda getting another kill. Prophet getting a kill, though. I think I was Razor getting wiped out by Prophet. Very nice. And so I think he also bought back. Yes, he just did buy back. Desperately going to try and ward them off. They didn't. I didn't even manage to take that. Oh, whoa. Very nicely timed teleport across the map, anticipating where Sladar was trying to go, and just, actually, I think it was Titan rather, not Sladar, and then wiping him out. And also Miranda getting it taken out here. She hasn't picked up anything new besides she's picked up Boots of Travel. Actually, she's decided she no longer needs her regular old treads and wants that map mobility. Very powerful when you're going for a pushing, when you need to defend against pushes and you want to push a different lane and then teleport to your allies. A very, very useful item to have when you transition over into the late game, which is where this is going at 54 minutes, when neither team has picked up a Rax yet, although there is a mid tower down for the Rax in the mid lane. But it looks like, are they going for Congo? I think it's up. Yes, it is up. Although, no, he was just scouting for their own. Lashrak managing to pick up a regen rune there. But I'm going to throw over to Shinsu. It looks like Sanking has decided to buy a BKB, but it's really not having much of an effect. I mean, he goes Magic Immune, but it really doesn't do anything for him afterwards, after he epicenters and stuns.
Yeah, you were talking about the with Rasta, aka Shadow Shaman, popping his Shrunket, and it completely encountering Sand King, because everything Sand King does basically is magical damage, so Shrunket really is a hard counter to him. But in regards to that, I was like, on the flip side, I was looking at the fact that they have Razor on their team. Now, I'm a big fan of Razor, again, for his competitive matches, because Razor is he's one of those hard carries. He's not only a decent counter carry because of the baller chain, but he's actually one of the few heroes in Dota that can hard carry with hybrid damage. And when I say hybrid damage, I mean he does a decent amount of magic and physical damage, because that AoE, and normally, other than the AoE, you also build a Maelstrom on him, and that does a decent amount of magical damage. And in terms of physical, his ult reduces armor, does physical damage, and then the baller chain, of course, gives him OP, usually 120 extra damage to DPS with. So just looking at that, and I love the fact that they have Razor, and I'm seeing a lot of his, because of the constant difference in Shrunk Heads and Magic Immune and non-Magic Immune, and who you can attack and who you can't attack. Razor is great in this case because he can basically attack who he wants based on the situation.
Well, here comes another Ninja Roshan attempt. Looks like they're going to succeed, and they quickly teleport back. They really need to teleport back quickly. Miranda has dropped one of her javelins to pick up the Aegis. That is a bit of a risky move there. And as it looks like Darkseer may have picked up Shiva's right there. I think that's Shiva since he's got in there. Miranda getting stuck in, and then, oh, that's a tower down. But Razor getting a kill there on the Darkseer. Unfortunately, he gets wiped before he can do a whole lot of anything. Razor now giving chase along Lashrak. He is about to get gangback, as is the usual deal for him. There we go. Nothing he can do. Made of glass. Gets destroyed. Unfortunately for him. A successful teleport out. I think that was, I believe that was Sladar teleporting home. But anyway, not that it really matters at this point. But they do manage to pick up the Aegis. I'm wondering if anybody recovered that javelin that Miranda left. I think she left behind that javelin in the Congo pit. But anyway, hopefully somebody fetches that soon, or the donkey may have already been sent out to fetch it. But I'm going to throw it over to Fake here. Is there anything you want to add on this match so far?
Actually, we saw a moment when MyM did a nice comeback. They managed to win 2 teamfights actually, but now Scythe, there's no top victory. And Malg is going to push. Very good action by Malg is going to push the Melorax, and as well as there's fortification. No, he's just teleporting out. But he managed to destroy Melorax. But as far as I can see, on the middle lane, there's Sky team destroying. Oh, massive ravage by hitting almost everything in MYM team. So sorry guys, and yeah, as far as I can see, very massive epicenter now. Melk is going down. Mystery balled back to the game, and he's going to do I think wall by the Darkseer, and there's no further actions by Leshrak here by Demon or sorry, Manga or Mystery. Sorry guys, I don't know, but as he bulked back and he managed to don't attack the Scythe players anymore. I can't understand it. Really, I can't.
I really like the BD just now, the semi BD by Milk right there, and Demon goes down and they're taking the bot tower. But I really like the semi BD by Milk right there, like nice try, bro. But I think Scythe's pretty much got this at this point, but I mean, MyM they had to do some point because just now it was like 16-32, and I'm like, you're halfway there, MyM, you're halfway there, and you know they were living on a stair. Now they're just they're gonna have their base taken, and it doesn't look like their spam can do a lot to Scythe. Cause Scythe, I mean, you're spamming to defend, and Scythe is easily taking you out. Like they didn't even have to. They barely looked at you, and you died. So I mean, it's been a nice run, but I think this could be the end for MyM in this match.
Yes, well, it looks like Scythe are very, very unimpressed with Malk's backdoor barry there attempt on their Rex, which was cute. He managed to get one, but they've just screw you. Look at us. We're going to take out your entire base instead. In return, as it looks like Sand King hitting up that BKB and then getting wiped out. Anyway, yes, Free Willy indeed getting stuck in, and that static discharge being used quite effectively to steal that damage. Unfortunately for Sladar, he's lost a fair bit of damage. Gush being used to slow him down. It looks like a blink away. In fact, everybody's got blinks. Oh no, he gets cut off by the Slithering Crush. Nice work there, as it looks like Profit was coming. It wasn't even needed. But either way, I think they've got Mega Creeps. I'm pretty sure every single barracks is down, so Scythe are pretty much sitting pretty here. There's not much that they can do, although Malk has had a Monkey King bar for a little while. I think Marana is still building one of her own.
Title's really silly right there. It's like, I was like, silly fish. You can't run from Free Willy. So it's a big wheel. He's fast, he's agile, he has stuns. You can't run from him, Title. And I'm really surprised he stopped the farm, because that was pretty disrespectful. And I'm kind of glad he died, to be honest, because it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was a little bit silly, but anyway, I was wondering why you just didn't blink inside the trees. It's usually a more common maneuver when you're being chased by someone like that. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
As Marana manages to mess up her shot there, hits a creep, dirty, great big fat creep, but it looks like they're making one last ditch attempt. They are going to need to A, Rax, and B, thrown it right after, although I don't think it's really going to happen, but they're going to give it a good shot though. Razor gets stunned by Sladar. The Darkseer's ult goes out, the BKBs are being popped left, right, and center. Rasta's wards go down. Rasta taking a bit of damage, so gets healed up. No, that's not Rasta, that's Rather. That is Enchantress, another stun there on Razor, as Bob has decided we are going to watch Fearon teleport out, and everybody's porting out, because look, their base is under attack, because they're a mega creep beating the crap out of your base, because you don't have any barracks left. Maybe you shouldn't have pissed them off with the backdoor barrack. But the most Sladar trying desperately to stun a magic immune unit. Of course, Silly Fish not going to work at all. And look at that massive storm cloud, although Sladar managing to blink away. Just managed to cut line of sight just briefly, managing to save his life there. As it looks like just a bit more pushing happening. But really, I think at this point, the lull train is going to happen, well, because basically all Scythe have to do is sit back, lull, and wait for the creep to basically end at Shinsu.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is actually that entire fight was pretty weird, because not only did you have the teleports in base, the semi backdoor, is that a lot of the heroes, they have to make the hard choice whether do I fight, do I help my teammate backdoor, do we win the fight, should I not backdoor? And sorry, well, backdoor is wrong because they actually had creeps, especially in the Radiant base, but that's a really hard choice. And when it comes down to that, it's really those 10 seconds in between the team fight / backdoor. I love it because it's where experience meets skill, and you see really what goes on, and you see Ravage coming out, and it looks like Playmates in a lot of trouble here. Payment pops the Shrunker, he's going to be okay, BKB, and they're trying to finish them off right now, and MyM is just dying really close to their fountain. That's a bad place to die, because it shows just how weak you really are in comparison to the team, and Dyer has picked up the win.
Indeed. Well, it was a nice attempt from MyM, of course. Pushing strats are always fun to watch, even though they didn't really go for the pushing. I mean, Furon, sat back for a long time farming, which is, a little bit disappointing. So, poor things, the lightning starting to piss me off. But, it was a nice crack. MyM surprisingly came back and started winning a few fights, but unfortunately didn't manage to carry it home. Anyway, you've been watching a MobaCast show. You've been listening to Triumph, Shinsu, and the Gaming God. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed yourself. This was a pretty cool match to watch. We'll be doing some more, maybe not tonight, but maybe a little bit later in the week. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, bye.